This collective is currently searching for closure. Things have been very confusing, foggy, could have had insomnia lately, trying to just kind of see what's real and what's not around partnerships, right? Especially around those that started off hot, heavy, and strong and kind of fizzled out. We're waiting for this closure, whether from another person or ourselves, because we're trying to release internalized pain around this. And we want our victory. We want to have that closure, to close that cycle, to close that chapter for good. And we want to start heading towards new opportunities, towards our wishes, towards our dreams, towards the things that make us happy. We're searching for our new beginnings and our healing, trying to heal our internal beliefs around relationships, partnerships, and things like unstable connections, holding the pillar all on our own, being the first to text, or being the one who only ever makes the plans, those types of things, right? We want to leave that behind. We want to move forward, away from people who gossip, who lie, who just kind of put you down, and you can't really tell them anything because they're quick to go tell everyone else. We want to move towards people who actually care about us, our own abundance, right? Health, wealth, home, and community. Yeah, we want to go towards that. We want to go towards new connections that inspire us, right? We don't want to do the same old, same old. We don't want to go after the same people who may have looked good on paper, who may have fit the bill of what's considered a good partnership, relationship, who's a good person, right? Whether that's like they have a specific status, a specific religion, a specific look, what have you, right? We want to come out of that and move away from it, right? And we're currently just feeling really guarded, fatigued. You know, I'm tired of not knowing the answer. I'm tired of dealing with this. I just want the truth. Do you give a shit or not? You know, that's it. Like, genuinely, honestly, do you care or can I go? Can we stop wasting each other's time? That's kind of where we're at right now. Why you need to hear this is because you're being indecisive. Fair, valid, right? Not a criticism. We're indecisive because, again, we've been juggling. Things have been so imbalanced. We're worried that the closure is going to put us back into this pain, this feeling of things suck, right? Like, I can't, like, it's the spiral, the negative spiral of, oh, this is just, I've had to put up with this for so long. I don't want to be correct. I don't want for the worst case scenario to be accurate, right? And we're trying to listen to our intuition, right? There's this duality nature, right? We're afraid of the truth, even though we want it, because we don't want it to hurt. We want to just move on, to heal from it. And that's the thing, though. You can heal while you're still hurting, while you're coming out of the hurt, right? Sometimes pain is necessary in order to heal. Just like when you have a bad infection, they have to cut something off. It's to stave off things getting worse, for infections to spread, things like that. Sometimes it's necessary, right? Sometimes it's necessary to get away from this fog, confusion, illusion, to just have that cold, painful clarity, right? We've been putting way too much importance on this closure coming from someone else, right? In order to be happy, to be content with our lives, right? We're kind of hoping that it's like, how do I put it? We're basing our happiness on it. Like, if I just have this closure, I'll be happy. If then, instead of just sitting in the now and being like, you know what? I've been through this terrible thing. It sucks. I'm not necessarily happy right now, but at least I know, right? It's kind of like, instead of just being like, well, if, then all of a sudden I'll be happy. I'll have gotten over it, I'll have healed, everything will be great, right? That's not really how it works, right? Whoever this was great at giving criticism, unsolicited advice, unsolicited opinions that weren't very helpful. Right? They were fantastic at that, but they didn't really help anywhere else, okay? Yeah, this truth is painful. We want this truth, we're basing this truth, this closure on our new beginning. We're kind of putting the power into the closure on whether or not we move on, go forward. Which we should not be putting any power into someone who's a liar, who's never going to give us that recognition, right? They're never going to give us our flowers. Look at them. The way that the fates are looking at them, they don't like them. They don't like them. They don't tell the truth. They would tell you all the things you want to hear because they're a liar. Because they're a liar, that's what they do. They just make you feel better so that they can go continue to not do anything, right? This is the card of inspiration. No inspiration, no aspiration. They just continue to do the same old stuff because it's comfortable for them. You need to be moving on, looking away from this person, from this closure, right? It's like we don't need to put so much pressure on that closure. You can give yourself your own closure. You don't need it. You see how he's not even looking? This Knight of Pentacles isn't even looking over here at this BS. They're moving forward towards the next thing, towards that journey, towards their 10 of Pentacles, towards their abundance, towards their happiness, right? What they consider abundance, whether that's relationships, money, what have you. Not at this person, this little player. This person who's flaky, this person who can't ever, they're not committed to anything at all, not even to themselves. We don't need to be focusing on them, we need to be focusing on something else. What you need to do about it? Balance your head and your heart, right? In order to see clearly, you have to be able to detach from your own emotions, not stifle your emotions, not ignore your emotions, right? You have to be able to pay attention. Still feel the feelings while witnessing how people talk to you and treat you during those times, right? Having the ability to pay attention. Because people will tell you lies. They will give you this little light and there'll be a whole ass predator in the background, right? They'll be an anglerfish. That's what they'll do. In order to pay attention to that, we have to have our head and our heart on the same page, right? We have this perspective shift that we're a little bit resistant to, and that's in you have the power over this foundation, right? We still have this viewpoint that our foundation, our security, our moving forward all hinges on this closure. When you're the Empress, you're the one who held up the pillars, you're the one who ruled the kingdom. Look, she has the sword of truth, right? All the thoughts and the words, and the whole world is in her damn hands. She's not sitting at a throne, she's out doing the thing, right? She has all the power she needs to go rule her kingdom. She's no longer in this web, stranded in this little web of lies and deception, right? Sweet nothings, telling us what we want to hear while they keep us stuck and stagnant and feeling like this, overworked, overburdened, right? Having to do every single thing while getting nothing in return except more platitudes. And Spirit's like, why are you working with them, right? We keep going back and forth on working with them and not working with them. Even if you've already shut the door on this, right? It's like we keep going back and forth and remembering this and getting re-mad all over again and giving it power over ourselves. Yeah, we're kind of letting it kind of take over a little bit, right? This person, their motivation entirely hinged on their current mood at the time, right? All their fire, like they would start things off on a whim and then it would peter out and it was just a never-ending cycle. You've probably had conversations with this person millions of times where you laid out the truth, right? Because look, that's him right there. This little, same person having this little conversation. Like, what the heck? What is going on? Why are we wasting our time? Are you gonna step up? You gonna get on the throne with me, or are you just gonna stay down there? What are you doing, right? And it's more of the same. Here's my little cup, my little poisonous ass cup. Here's all the little platitudes, all this nonsense, just so we can go back into this. Just so we can go back into fighting over that cup. Just so I can breadcrumb you so that you, give you what you want, so that you'll just continue to let me do what I'm doing. Right? No. You're the emperor, you're the empress. You held up the whole foundation on your own, so you don't need them. You're giving them too much power. Even if it's just the memories, okay? You're already working hard on your own justice. You can give yourself your own closure, okay? You don't need it from another person, because this type of person will never give it to you. Do you want to know why? Because they are insecure. They want to be the emperor so bad, and I'm speaking from experience here. They want to be the emperor so bad that they will pick anything to have control over, even if it's your closure, your clarity, and they will never tell you I'm sorry. They will never acknowledge the parts they did in screwing things up, right? Never. Nope. So, that was a recap. Let's get into the Oracle advice cards. And I'm not going to tell you what to do, right? You're your own person. You're allowed to have your own feelings. You're allowed to feel your own things. Just because someone does not want to give you the closure, just because they are unable to see the parts they played in causing pain, just because they don't even feel bad, doesn't mean you deserved any of it. Doesn't mean that you should accept that, right? It doesn't mean you're not deserving of closure, okay? You can give it to yourself, even if it's in the form of, and you're like, okay, well, what does that even mean? How do I give myself closure for something that someone else did to me? You do that by saying, that sucked. That sucked. It really sucked. And I didn't deserve it. I did everything I could. I moved forward with the knowledge I had at the time. I don't blame myself because I really thought that this would work. I did everything I could. And it didn't work out. And that's okay, right? There's nothing else I could have done, right? I did everything I could with the knowledge I had at the time. I couldn't have seen it coming, because how would I have possibly known what that person was like if they hadn't shown me? I would have had to have had the time to, like, how could you have possibly known unless they showed their whole ass, you know? How could you have known? So yeah, like giving yourself that closure, forgiving yourself, saying it's not my fault, right? Of course, people play parts in those things. They're like, oh, you know, it takes two to mess up a relationship, right? Whether it's I didn't walk away when I saw the red flags, right? I gave a person too many chances. Doesn't mean you should beat yourself up. I'm not saying that, right? The point is to forgive yourself, is to say, I didn't know what I know now, and I forgive myself for not knowing. But I know now, right? So, yeah. All that to say is you can give yourself your own closure without going to the person who hurt you and then expecting them to say sorry, because they're not going to. They're either going to lie to you or they're going to flip it around on you, okay? You don't need it. Don't give them that kind of power. Goodness, we got there eventually. I see you wrote 89. I'm not sure why though. Thank you for the follow. Yes, so let's get into the Oracle advice cards on your advice moving forward. I would normally bridge these, but I have bandages on, and shuffling that way sucks. So we're doing it a little different. I like to use these cards because they have little, oh, wonderful, thank you. They have little animals for further confirmation. They have numbers. They also have sentences. So it's kind of like it gives you something to think on as you move forward. So I just like to use them. And my other Oracle decks, some of them just have keywords. Some include a card that has the entirety of the meaning on it, which you would see on my normal posts here for the daily Oracle advice. You know, those types of things where they have like little affirmations and stuff like that. But this one has the sentences. So, Spirit, let's ease their fear and discomfort, soothe their anxieties, their worries, help them get some sleep, whoever's going through insomnia, and give them some guidance, some advice on how to move forward along their path. Soothe, give them that soothing balm. So let's see. Closing advice from my collective here regarding this situation. We have the Badger spirit in the reverse with that number 4 again. Be fearless and bold. So yeah, like, there's this sense of, like I said earlier, this feeling small. We're still working through that wound. And it may mean that it may be hard to speak up when things bother us. And we're still getting into the bold part and not necessarily being afraid, right, of when truth comes in. So it's like being yourself, not necessarily shrinking, not necessarily trying to, what is the word I'm looking at? Help me find the word, Spirit. Yeah, personal growth and spiritual advancement. It's like trying to recognize our own power. There we go. The Emperor, the inner power. 9th of June. Trying to recognize our own inner power, recognizing that you have your own power. You don't need someone else to tell you that they were wrong, that they messed up. You don't need it. Because you're your own power. You can have your own closure. Any other advice from my collective here regarding this situation that has them worried? Thank you for the follows. Thank you so much. Goodness. Any other advice? I see some undercurrents here, but I want it to land on the table. Right there. I don't like undercurrents. Because they often, like, I treat them like someone I blocked who's messaging me. I want you to say it with your whole chest. Not just in my DMs. Say it. Any other advice, Spirit? Thank you. And nothing is wasted in the reverse. Okay. As you proceed forward, right, especially if you do get something from this person and you find out it is what you thought, and kind of going through the feelings of, oh, I was right. I don't want for you to ever feel like anything in your life was a waste of time, okay? Everything you have is a lesson. If you spent a long time dealing with this person and putting up with their BS and all of that, you may be like, oh, I wasted so many years, I did all this stuff, I poured so much into this person. It wasn't a waste at all. All that you put into it, you learned something, so that moving forward, you now have the ability to see when someone else is coming at you sideways, when they're not treating you the way you should be treated. You already know what you don't want, what you won't put up with. You already know the patterns to look for, okay? That's knowledge that you can use in the future. It'll also, this also teaches you how to stand in your power, how to speak up sooner, how to be more vocal, that kind of thing, right? It helps you leave faster. Yeah, take a leap of faith. Take a leap of faith. Yeah, so it's like we're waiting, yeah, take a leap of faith and co-create with Spirit. Like we're trying to manifest, right? Whether you're actively like going out and you're into manifestation and you're going, I'm manifesting, or you're just saying, I want to change, right? Same thing. You want to manifest, you want to have changes in your life, but we're waiting for that closure to take the leap. We're afraid to just leap. You can give yourself that closure, okay? You have the power in your hands. You don't need someone to acknowledge that they did you wrong. You don't need to explain yourself till you're blue in the face. You don't need for everybody to tell you that you're correct, that they treated you like crap. You don't need it, okay? You don't need it. You know how you feel. That's your truth, okay? And people can apologize, but they're not always gonna mean it. Some people will just give you a fake apology so you'll be quiet. And that's not cool. You don't deserve that. If it hurts you, it hurts you. You don't need people to debate and argue with you on whether or not it hurt. It hurt. The end. Complete sentence. And you can stand in that and move on. You don't need for everyone to be like, you were right, I was terrible, blah, blah, blah. You don't need that. Does it feel good to hear it? Yes. Yes, it does. But most people aren't going to give that. They're not going to give it because most people aren't willing to be that honest and to recognize the part they played in hurting someone else. They're just not. Again, whether malicious or no, most people aren't willing to be that real. Because that means that they have to acknowledge that they were kind of a shitty person. Yeah, open to infinite possibility too. So it's like, yeah, we have this attachment to, in order to move forward, I need this. You can move forward, heal, and gain it along the way. Okay, you don't need to be prepped and ready in order to start. No, you can just move forward. Even if you're like, I don't think I'm ready, I need this, I need that, I need this. No. All you need is to put a single toe forward. Yeah, one step at a time. That's it. That's all you need. You can get the rest along the way. Because let's be for real, you're not going to heal in the environment that hurt you. And putting the control in the person who hurt you's hands to help heal you is, they're just going to do what they did before. Because when they had the chance to just be a good person, they messed it up, you know? And that doesn't mean they're inherently evil. I'm not saying that, right? But if you give the control to someone who already has a problem with hurting people along the way, don't expect them to suddenly not hurt someone, okay? They've already shown that they are really bad at, that they fumble. So don't give them the opportunity to fumble some more, all right? If they've already had a chance or several, that's enough. You've done enough. You don't need to do more, okay? Like, be for real. Last bit of closing advice from Spirit. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's always enough. Yeah. And turn knowledge into wisdom. Oh, what I say? Nothing's ever wasted. You didn't waste your time. This means that when you go into the new experiences, when you go to meet new people, you'll already know what to look for, to say no to, and stand on it. You already know what you don't want, so you can go towards what you do want, right? Don't let it turn you bitter. There are billions of people on this planet, and letting a small handful of people color your perception on all the billions of people on this planet is silly. Because if we use that logic, that means that you're also included, right? And I'm not getting the sense here that you're evil, that you're gonna go around and you're gonna hurt people on purpose and you're gonna do all this nonsense. So let's extend that grace to the rest of humanity, all right? Turn that knowledge into wisdom and recognize that there are people out there who are not gonna fumble you, who are gonna treat you really nice, who are going to be kind, who are gonna respect your boundaries, who aren't gonna leave you holding the pillar by yourself and then having the audacity to be offended when you ask them to help. One more on collective advice. On the advice for the collective here. And then I will release you into the wilds. And I hope this helps. Because I know that it's been a bit of a blunt message today. But I really hope it helps. Yeah, time for a deep dive. Time for a deep dive, friend. Change that perspective. You can give yourself that closure you need. And there's that butterfly. I said I saw butterflies earlier. Butterflies. Transformation is beautiful with the number 11. Manifestation. You want the transformation? Okay, transform then. You are capable of transforming. You are capable of change. You don't need someone else to kickstart that. You are the author of your life. You're the one holding the pen. You're the one that writes the story. If you want to change, change. Okay? If you want people to treat you better, demand respect. When they start disrespecting you, call them out on it and stand on it. Don't give them the, well, they had a bad day. Well, don't give them the excuses. Say, this hurt me. And then if they go, I don't see why that is a big deal, bye. Straight up, bye. Yeah, if you want to change, you already know what you don't want, so stop letting what you don't want into your life by giving it excuses, okay? And again, for those of you who've already cut that person off, who have no intention of letting that person into your life, this is more of just when you're going through the healing process and you go back and forth on feelings of self-worth, feelings of negative self-worth, I should say, and you meet new people and you start thinking that they're going to be like this person, remember that there are billions of people on this planet, and a group of shitty relationships, friendships, partnerships does not define all the billions of people on this planet. Because if it did, that would include yourself. And let's be for real, we're not that terrible, okay? We have our red flags, sure. We have our issues, sure. But if you're not being that kind of person, then there are other people not being that kind of person. And it's not as small of a number as you think it is. All right? So that's what I have for you today, and I hope it was helpful. If you want a personal reading, I do offer that at the link in my bio. Feel free to check it out, okay? Thank you so much for allowing me into your energy, for letting me be your reader today. I really do hope it helps, and that you find your healing and that you find your people. Really, really, I do. If you have not chosen to follow me, you don't like my vibe, that's fine. No problem, no biggie. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your evening, and I wish you so much luck, love, peace, happiness, joy, and abundance, and healing on your journey forward. Remember that life is an ever-crooked path, and you are never off of it, okay? And if you have chosen to follow me, you do like my vibe, thank you so much. I wish all the same for you, and I can't wait to see you in the next one, okay? And if you are watching this in the YouTube, when I post it later, all of the important links will be down in the description box down below. So yes, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye!